Hey guys, I've been dying to get out and do my first YouTube video. Finally gonna brave it. I've just arrived at my syndicate. Got all my gear in the car. Let's get it unpacked and down the lake, and I'm gonna see if I can see any showing fish and determine which swim I'm gonna pick. Okay, I think this might be the winning swim. It is literally the second one I've came to, but I've seen about 5 on the surface already. Okay, there's one there. See if I can spot any more. Oh, show over there on the island. I reckon this is the one. I will walk around the rest of the lake, but as you can see, there are quite a few fish in this swim. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chuck a few floaters out, give them a chance to get a bit more confident, and then hopefully when I come back I might see a few taken. Let's have a look. Okay, so all I've got here is my oily salmon floater session pack, CC Moore one. I'm going to flick a few out and yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm going to take a walk around the lake and hopefully I'll come back and see a few taken. If so, I've come prepared. I absolutely love my surface fishing. There are some big carp in here, so if I could get them taken off the surface and catch a few, oh my god, be amazing. Right, let's flick some of these out. Okay, so I flicked a few out. Ducks are obviously straight on it, but if the carp start taking, I will just feed the ducks off. And I've actually found in the past the ducks feeding on the surface will normally make the carp a little bit more confident to take as well. So yeah, right, I keep saying this. Let's have a walk around the rest of the lake. Okay, so my gut is saying the second swim down already, but I'm just going to keep walking around, looking out for signs. Obviously, if they're on the surface, then they are most likely. Oh, here we go. Can I see him? There we go. There he is, under there. So there's a few bigger ones up in the other swim. And this one isn't really that far away from the swim I was just looking at. I've got just over 24 hours, so I'm not in a massive rush. Oh, there's another one. Oh, literally right in front of me. Hello. I think that's one of the stockies. It looks quite small. And another one over there. Can you see him? And another one. Okay, so that I can see 4 right now, right in front of me. Don't know if you can pick it up on the camera. They all look fairly small. Oh, now I'm not too sure where to go. Let's keep walking round. On to the next. Oh, that's a chunkier one. Right. It'd be interesting to see if they're all up on this top end. That's what I love about surface fishing. You can travel with such light gear. You don't mind picking up and moving up a little bit. Obviously, you reel your bottom baits in. I probably won't be fishing on the bottom until this evening anyway. As you can see, they're up on the surface. It's quite high pressure. It is really hot. I think it's 26 degrees at the moment. So yeah, they generally tend to sit on the bottom, sit on the top, sorry, in the warmer weather. See, the wind is picking up a little bit, so it would be nice to find some cover off the island. It is pushing in towards me, so it would be ideal behind those islands back up there. At the moment, I can't see any movement down this bottom end. I think I'm going to go with my gut. I'm either going to go a second swim or third swim. I'll get back to you when I've made my mind up. Okay, right, so I think I'm going to go with my gut. I am going to stick to the second swim down. Lucky me, because it is too hot to be travelling all the way around the lake with all of my luggage. I have just seen one take off the surface. Now, you don't want to be too keen while you're surface fishing, especially for these bigger, wiser carp. So I'm going to let them get a little bit more confident taking on the surface. I think that was a take over there. And yeah, then I'll think about getting my rod out. Like I say, I'm not in a rush. I'm just going to keep watching the water. So excited. There we go, so as you can see, ducks are about, carp are taken. Ducks actually don't seem to be too scared of the carp in here. You normally generally tend to find they won't go too close to the fish. I'm going to chuck out some dog mixes just to feed the ducks off, because I don't think they deserve the good stuff. Really, really subtle takes, but they are definitely getting more confident. So I've just been flicking out some pellet for probably the last half an hour. Probably give them another 20 minutes or so just to get that little bit more confidence. And I'm going to try chucking my float out. Hopefully I'll catch one. I have seen one common take, and there are only 4 in here. And 3 of them are big ones, so you've got 2 that sit up around 40 pounds and then 1 that is a 50 pounder. Might be a little bit smaller now because it's a female, so she would have spawned. They're so subtle on the takes. Right, I'll update you when I've got the rod ready to go. I'll run you through what I'm going to use. Okay, right, let's just flick a few more pellets out and then I will show you what I'm going to do. So excited, I didn't know if I'd be able to get them taken off the surface. They haven't really been fished for much on the surface in here, so yeah. Absolutely love my floater fishing. It's always been one of my favourite things to do in the summer. Okay, right, let's run you through what I am using. So I am using a interceptor controller float. I've got 15-pound floating main line, and then for my hook link I am using the 12-pound zig and floater hook link, and then I'm using a size 8 zig and floater hook, a fox stuff. You want to make your hook link quite long. I would say probably about 5 foot, 4 or 5 foot. What you're going to do is you're going to cast out your floater quite far beyond where you want to fish for them, and you'll reel it in slowly into where they're feeding, and yeah, hopefully you'll be lucky enough to catch one. And I'm going to give it a go. So for my hook bait, I'm going to use some of the matching pellet as to what I'm putting out. So these are the 12x14mm floater hook baits, the oily salmon ones by CC Moore. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut one of them down. I'll cut a little bit so it kind of fits into the hook, the back of the hook, and the top end will be quite flat, so you're pretty much just going to flatten both sides, make it look a bit like the pellets. And then I'm also going to put one of these CC Moore Zig hook baits on top. I'll probably use a yellow one, and the carp aren't going to see that, but it just makes it easier for you to be able to see your hook bait. Yeah, right, let's get that done. Let's see what works. Oh god, it's that child locked. Oh. Oh. That was far too simple. Right. Please don't super clean them together. Right. Let's chuck her out, see if we can nick one of these. Right, it is 10 to 7. I've had nothing off the surface yet. I obviously got them feeding really confidently, and as soon as I got that rod out, the sun came out in full force, which kind of killed it off a bit. The sun's setting a little bit now, so I'm going to leave the floater rod out while I set everything up. The interceptor float kind of works as a lead, so yeah, that should be fine if I leave it out. I'll just leave the drag loose, and if I have one, I'll hear it tearing off. So my spots for tonight, I am thinking one on the aerator here. Obviously in the warmer months they are wanting more oxygen. I know that one comes on at 9:30. I think there's quite a nice like solid bottom down there, but I will have a lead about just to check. And also on the island there is a lovely little cove with a willow tree. I am going to have a lead around and see how it feels just to the left hand side of it, because I saw one show in there when I turned up. They do tend to hug the island, especially this time of the year in here. Yeah, let's sort all of this out. I will see you soon. Okay, right, before I have a let about and get the rods out, I am going to make up my mix. I am planning on spodding, so I want it to soak everything in before I chuck it out. If you already know me, I'm pretty sure you know what I'm going to use, but I'm going to show you anyway. Here we go. Right, we have got Karpfen liver, 15 mils. So that's probably about a kilo. I've got Karpfen liver, 10 mils going in. Probably around a kilo to half a kilo. I've got 10 mil, obviously triple X. Again, half a kilo to a kilo. Right. Of course, pink rock salt. Plenty of it. They have just formed. They are going to need it to get their nutrients up. And, of course, plenty of the fine stuff. Can never have enough. Rock salt. Okay, right, there is our dry ingredients. Looking good already. Okay, up next, the sauce. I have got Karpfen liver bait booster. This is a litre bottle, I think, and I am going to proper juice her up. This is where I like to spod this time of the year and get away with it because they like the bait, they're hungry, and you can kind of make it nice and sloppy, add in all of those attractants. Whereas in the winter you're far more likely to put out less bait, meaning it's more than likely just going to be oilies and not very mammalian. This whole summer fishing malarkey is a bit of me. Okay, there we have it. So we have got the Karpfen 15 and 10 mils. We've got the triple X in 10 mils. Plenty of pink rock salt. And plenty of the Karpfen bait booster. As you can see, my hands are a bit messy. Luckily I have a bucket of water to hand. Right, I'm going to let all of that mesh together while I find my spots and get my rods out, and then we will build those swims. Build my spots even. Right, I'm going to get my spods out now, and then I'll get the rigs out after, purely because I need to steam the rigs, and yeah, it's going to take a bit of time, so hopefully this will get the carp on the spots before I've even got the rigs out. Let's do it! tidy up and some dinner because I am starving. Okay, right. Rods are out, traps are set. I've had my dinner, feeling good. Yeah, I'm feeling hopeful. I had loads of carp in my swim today. Hopefully they haven't moved off. Obviously I was banging around with that mallet for a little while, which couldn't be helped because the ground here is absolutely solid. I'm going to chill out, try and hope for a bite. Don't really make sense, does it? Not very good at this filming. Anyway, yeah, I will leave it with you guys there. Hopefully you'll see me through the night. If not, I'll see you in the morning. I am going to try to get back on the surface again tomorrow. Can't wait. I will run you through all of my surface stuff in the morning. Yeah, hopefully I'll see you before it gets light. And if not, then fishing. Bye. Okay, so sat in my bivvy freaking out, thinking, what is this noise behind me? Are you ready for this? It's a baby hedgehog. What you doing? You're very cute, sorry. Did I scare you? You can't really stay there if I have a fish, can you? Shall I leave you be? Okay. Well, you better leave because I don't think that's going to work if I have a fish in the night. Stop scratching around as well because you're scaring me. Okay, bye. Good morning. I had a pretty uneventful night last night, but a good sleep. Always bonuses to think about. I would have much preferred a fish anyway. But I did have loads of liners on my left hand rod, so I am going to redo both my rods. And I'm also going to have a go on the surface, as I did yesterday. It is going to be a little bit cooler today. So it was 31 degrees yesterday and it's supposed to be 22 today. So yeah, much cooler. Hopefully I'll be able to spur a few on the surface. The wind is going to be picking up, but there's a few ways you can tackle that, like maybe spodding a few of the floaters out onto like a bay of the island where you're not going to get bullied by the wind. Yeah, so I'm going to have a little play around. Hopefully we'll be able to wrangle one out. Okay, so now the rods are out, I am going to talk a little bit more about the floater fishing. So that's what I used yesterday, pretty much a whole bucket. So I've also brought with me some of the floating trout pellet, 11 mils, which is the same size as the salmon ones that I bought with me. Now all I'm going to do is, put the whole bag in, and then this also comes with the floater session pack bucket, which is the pure salmon oil. So I'm going to put some of this in. This can really help when you've got a bit of ripple in the water. It actually flattens it off, making it a little bit easier to see. So I pretty much just use the whole bottle of that. Might as well just do the rest. Okay, so I'm also going to add in, you guessed it, some of the pink rock salt, zest. Right, there we go. Where did I put my lid? Over there, it's helpful. I'm just going to put the lid back on. Give it a shuffle round, and then I'm going to give it a little while for that oil to just kind of mesh around with it all and the pink rock salt. So there we go, lovely coated, lovely and coated. I did change things up on my float yesterday. So I ended up changing it over to, bear with me. And so I used these, didn't I, yesterday, and I cut off the top and the bottom. So it was a circle with the colourful top, the zig hook bait on the top. What I ended up doing yesterday was I just changed it up. So you pretty much got the whole hook bait. And then I've just dug into it a little bit and put my hook inside, glued it in. So you've essentially got the whole floater. There's no colourful top, just because I wasn't sure whether that was hindering a few bites, but to be fair, they did kind of die off a little bit when the sun came out. It's supposed to be more overcast today. As you can see, there is quite a fair bit of chop on the water, which will probably make it quite hard. So I am going to start flicking some pellets out just to see whether I can get them feeding. Obviously, if I can't, then it's a pointless exercise. But it is worth a go. I am determined to catch one off the surface in here. Not very many people have done it, so it'd be a massive achievement. It's quite a low stocked water, and I felt really hopeful yesterday. I'd say I probably had about 30 feeding on the surface, which is obviously amazing. I think there's probably no more than 100 carp in here, so yeah, that was pretty good going. They were on it. So yeah, I'll give that a go. I'll come back to you if it's a feasible idea. Let's chuck a few out and see what happens. Right, so if the ducks become problematic, I have got a solution. What I like to do is, what have we got here? Dog boxes. So we are going to bring these down to the next swim. And we are going to put an absolute ton out. Now, this is where these come in handy. Obviously, fishing baits aren't the cheapest to buy. These dog mixers are, I think they cost me £5 for this big old bag. So there we go. And then, here they come. Not gobbling up my bait. My lovely pellets that are out there for the carp. And they are going to fill themselves up on the dog biscuits. So yeah, clear water, ducky water. Let's go flick some more of my pellets out. Ooh. Come on. Please. Swimming in down here. No. Oh no. For fuck's sake. Let's get the rod back out. Okay, right, so not the target species, but look at this beauty. £8, 6 ounces. Don't get many tench that big, do you? Proper chunky one. So happy. Hey guys, just thought I'd come on and give you guys a little catch up. So as you saw, I did lose what was definitely a carp. I had him on my island spot and he was far from stupid. He literally just picked me up and swam straight to my reeds on my right hand side. Went straight in there and yeah, snagged me, cut me clean off just above the leader. So as you could tell, I was absolutely gutted about that. Went and had a little tantrum and then I got my rod back out, straight back onto the island where I had it before. And I had that tench within about half an hour, which is a new PB, which I'm absolutely chuffed with. It was £8, 6 ounces. Very decent for a tench, as I'm sure everybody knows. So yeah, both rods are out. I have been trying on the surface and it has been very difficult. So the wind has picked up and it's yeah, pretty hard to keep it where it needs to be. Obviously it's flowing down with the wind, and because of the interceptor float, it's just taking it down a lot quicker than the freebies I'm chucking out. So I think that's just making it far too obvious for the carp. They're not stupid. So yeah, anyway, I am going to keep trying on the surface. If I don't have any luck, then I will meet you guys back at the car. Oh my god, it's decent. It's decent as well. You got it? He's decent. Oh, I'm shaking. Right. I was determined to catch one off the surface, and I only just went and did it. She is heavy as well. Look at that. What a beauty. I'm going to weigh her, get some pictures, and then I'll come back to you and tell you just how big she is. Right guys, that is me all packed up and ready to go. So that mirror I had off the surface, absolute stunner, was £33, 10 ounces. Oh, I couldn't have even ever imagined catching one off the surface here, let alone such a big one. It just shows if you go with your gut and persevere, you might just get paid off and have a nice reward. So yeah, I had a nice tench, PB tench, and a ridiculously beautiful mirror. Absolutely buzzed. I'd never imagined it going this well. Thank you for watching, if you've made it all the way to the end. If you've enjoyed, then please do like and subscribe. Can't wait to do the next one. Bye!